Hi. The last time I left off, I was telling you about how Napoleon used his quelling of a riot to become the Emperor of France. Now, actually, Alexandre Dumas' early victories, which contributed greatly to keeping France Republican, also paved the way for Napoleon to take over. It's a small wonder that Dumas ended up being so bitter against Napoleon. Well, the question is whether or not if Dumas had put down those riots and become the cause célèbre, would he have done the same as Napoleon if it was him who was in power? It's highly doubtful. You see, Dumas was a Republican at heart, and first and foremost a soldier, self-effacing, honest, and with a heart set on bettering the lives of the French citizens and not enslaving them. He was not an Emperor Jones. To understand where I'm coming from, you would have to see the play by Eugene O'Neill of the same name, or see the movie version starring the great Paul Robeson. So, being a staunch Republican, he viewed with disfavor, to say the least, Napoleon's imperial ambitions. And, he never tried to hide his attitude. Now, when he was in the Egyptian campaign, he was in command of Napoleon's cavalry, and serving under him were two of Napoleon's brothers-in-law, Murat and Leclerc. Now, although Dumas distinguished himself at the Battle of the Pyramids and in the taking of the Grand Mosque, his plain-speaking ways during these campaigns became his undoing, even though when he found hidden gold valued at 2,000,000 francs, he turned it all over to Napoleon. Actually, the break between them came shortly after the destruction of Napoleon's fleet at Aboukir. There, cut off from France and harassed by the heat, some of the generals grew impatient, and one day, when several of these men met in Dumas' tent to eat some melons, they, complained bitterly against Napoleon for having brought them to Egypt. Now, Napoleon, hearing of this, blamed Dumas as the instigator, probably because it happened in his tent, but Dumas angrily denied this to the end. When Dumas announced his intention to return to France, Napoleon begged him to stay on, but Dumas insisted that his wounds necessitated departure. A sudden revolt of the Egyptians brought about a temporary revival of their friendship between the two, because Dumas, by his courage and the promptitude, again saved the day for the French, and Napoleon, in gratitude, sent for him. Greeting Napoleon before the assembled officers, Napoleon said, "Good morning, Hercules. It is you who have beaten the Hydra. Gentlemen, I shall have a picture painted of the taking of the Grand Mosque. Dumas, you have already posed as the principal figure." The picture was painted, but a blonde cavalier was shown in the place of Dumas. In all fairness, I must say that by the time the picture was started, Dumas had already left Egypt. So the painter had to use another model. Remember, back then there were no photographs to fall back on. Now, on his way back to France, Dumas landed at the Italian city of Tarentum in the kingdom of Naples and was quickly taken prisoner by the Italians who, unknown to Dumas, had retaken the city. To be continued.